Well, it's been a long time now since I've seen you smile. And
I wonder if Gladys smiles when angels bring my name up.
Great morning, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. My deepest apologies. First and foremost, let me say my deepest apologies. Technology can sometimes have, again, the wonderful opportunity of touching people around the world. And then, of course, you're going to have some days where you're going to have those small episodes where you're going to have issues. It is what it is. It is what it is. There's nothing you can do about it. I'm giving praise, and we're going to get into today's subject. Again, for those people that are on TikTok, for those that are you on YouTube and on Facebook, today's message, the promised life. The promised life. Okay? That's today's message, the promised life. Okay? The life abundant. I'm going to share something, two things I'm going to share with you. Just two things I'm going to share with you, okay? I hope that you definitely are encouraged. I hope that it sends you off into the weekend. It catapults you into the weekend with smiles, with blessings, with this kindred light. Okay, so hear me out. Again, the promised life. The promised life. And I'm going to share this with you again because, listen, I get it. I understand. Just had a friend here locally who has now left this earth to be on the other side. Let's put it that way. You know, when you're battling something, you have to ask. Way too often we hear people, the climate of people today will blame everything else and everything underneath the sun. They will blame. The abundant life, the promised life was never to blame. I mean, let's be honest. If you're going to blame somebody for something bad, how often are you blaming other things for good? If you're so quick in life to surround yourself with people who are always blaming, the blame game. I gave a lecture and a lesson to a group of individuals just 3 weeks ago. And I showed them the accountability board and what that stood by. And why the accountability board was so important. Because you go from victim to victor. You go from victim to being a person of blaming and making excuses and compromising. You go from that to now being responsible. To competing with yourself. To raising the standard within yourself. If you're going to blame people for bad things or blame the environment, then you ought to make a time, come to the intersection and start finding good things to blame. As I said, technology this morning, that's the blame. However, I've seen the great blessings, the great moments of technology touch somebody else's life. By the private messages, by the phone calls that I receive on a weekly basis from other individuals. And I'm not saying this to impress you by any means, none at all, period. I'm not saying this to impress you, but to press upon you. We live in a time today, we have seen the conditioning of the mind as well as the heart's desire, not living the promised life, the abundant life, but living this negative, nasty, gross, mundane life. They blame other people. They blame everyone. But they never take the blame and they put the blame in a good perspective, in a good concept, in a good, rich seed. Where it brings life, where it brings absolute life. So I'm going to share two things with you. I want you to quickly pay attention to this before I send you off into the weekend. So he says here in John chapter 10, verse 10, he says, "A thief cometh not but to steal and to kill and to destroy. I come that they might have life, and that they might have it, and they may have it more abundantly. If there's anything I'll ever learn in all of the years of being mentored, of being coached, of being trained, again, yesterday was a phenomenal day, an extraordinary moment. Had the opportunity of being coached by Brandon Bouchard. If you don't know who Brandon Bouchard is, phenomenal book, high performance, performer leaders, a great individual, a very warm, down to earth individual, and just a wonderful. I mean, on a record scale, if you happen to just take a minute and you just type in Brandon Bouchard, the habits of high performance, high performers, again, you'll know who this individual is. You'll see the kind of caliber of this individual. And yesterday we had a webinar, and again, just the great opportunity. You guys remember we used to go to clinics? Remember back in the day we used to actually have the opportunity. If you're in the professional realm and used to go to seminars, you know what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about. But it was to be coached up, to learn, to listen, to gather information. But in that particular meeting yesterday, it was all an hour, about 10, 15 minutes. Wonderful opportunity. As I was sitting there taking notes, I started thinking, I started exploring this abundant life as a coach, this abundant life as a human being, this abundant life as a father, this abundant life as a husband, this abundant life as an educational leader in my community and beyond, this abundant life as a speaker, this abundant life as an influence in life, this abundant life to wake up. I started exploring. Why am I telling you this story? Because again, many of us don't realize. I know that many of you guys that are watching right now, whether you're on TikTok, YouTube, or Facebook, you have gotten to the point one time in your life. I know this to be true for a lot of people, but you had money in your pocket and your wife or you found it, or maybe even your kids probably found it. But nonetheless, it was in your possession. You just forgot about it. I know that's happened for a lot of people. I know it has happened for a lot of people. I get it. I've had it. One of my students gave me this cup. Okay. Not too long ago, I was opening it to put coffee in it, and then there was a present in there. There was a present. There was money in here, as well as some goodies that I did not know about. I had it the whole time. So for 5 months, it was sitting in this cup on my bookshelf. Why am I telling you this? Because everything you have, all the gifts, all the talents, all the skills, all the wonderful things, life abundant, you have. You just forgotten about them, or you were just never trained on them, or you were just never coached up on them. Think on that for a minute. Think on that for a moment. Because we're so quick to blame. I can't stand that dude, he cut me off, and blame. But what about the good? The abundant, the life abundantly. It's amazing. It really is. It's amazing how often we have something in our full possession. Something. You possess something that either you forgot, like the money in your pocket or the present in your cup. You forgot, and so you need to rewind. You need to reflect. You need to definitely go back and regurgitate this life more abundant. The life more abundant. How many people are you impacting in a day? Not taking, not stealing, not robbing, not killing, not destroying, but actually feeding, actually giving, actually serving. One more time. A thief cometh not, but to steal, to kill, and destroy. I come. He says, I come that they might have life and that they might have it more abundantly. Now, I'm gonna back up and fast forward over to King David. Again, I told you I had something deep for you before you go off into the weekend. Something to really, really, really chew on as you go off into the weekend. But King David says here, I actually love this part. He says, for such as be blessed, him shall inherit the earth. The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, and he delighteth in his way. He that fell his hand. So one more time. I'm going to say this one more time. The steps of a good man are ordered from the Lord, and he delighteth in his way. Though he fall, he shall not be utterly cast down, for he holdeth his hand. Okay, so again, you have all the secrets, you have all the tips, you have all the skills, you have all the abilities to make your life more abundant and free. But yet we have forgotten. I'm just a messenger, that's all I am. He says that your steps are ordered. Your steps are ordered. A good man. So, again, miraculous, marvelous, extraordinary, yes. Phenomenal, yes. Yes. Again, as I sat under Brandon Burchard yesterday, I started exploring in my own mind this extraordinary life. To have this opportunity to again, for even just an hour and 15 minutes of coaching. Just to be coached, I've been mentored and coached by some of the greats, from John Maxwell to Eric Thomas to Brandon Burchard. I mean, Dr. Norman Vincent Peale, Og Mandino, Dale Carnegie. The list goes on with great mentors, great teachers. But what am I doing with it? Here I am, No Sugar My Coffee, episode number 6, getting back into the grind, sharing messages, not just to encourage you, I'm not a motivational speaker. I'm a speaker. I'm just a speaker. And when I say just a speaker, it's because it's an everyday life skill. The more that you feed the beast, the bigger and stronger it grows. One more time. A great philosophy to learn. The more that you feed the beast, the stronger and mightier it grows. Is it not a wonder? Again, common sense, natural. Isn't it not a wonder that when you feed your belly, it grows? Amazing, right? When you feed your bad habits, they tend to grow, right? What if you reverse that? What if you were to take upon you and you reversed it and you went the opposite way, the opposite direction, where there wasn't a trail, you made a path? Interesting, right? Your steps, a good man, a righteous man, an upright man. His steps are ordered by the Lord. I just wanted to share that with you guys. Okay, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much for being on. Again, No Sugar My Coffee, every single Monday at 5 a.m., every Friday at 6 a.m. here in Arizona. I guess you call it Mountain Standard Time here. Mountain Standard Time. Okay, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Have a great and fabulous day. I hope that there was something you were definitely able to use today, and that would definitely push you off into the weekend. I got to get ready because we have a hike in Las Vegas. I can't wait. Yep, going out hiking. For everybody in the tri-state area, hey, God bless you guys. Everybody at Desert Star Academy, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys, each and every single one of you. Everybody at, within my community, all the students in my community, all the students and teachers, I love you. I appreciate you. I thank you so much for all that you do. For those, again, daily doses of information, those life changers, thank you. Because if it wasn't for you, I would not be the person I am today. All right, until we meet again, love you guys. Make every single day a masterpiece. I'm out. Better take my coffee.